Coming up on the 2018 Sturgis Falls Celebration Recap Show, we have highlights from the entire weekend. From Overman Park to Gateway Park, the downtown was filled with great music, friends, and plenty of food, and fun events for the entire family. All this and more coming up next. Hello and welcome to the Sturgis Falls Celebration Show on Cedar Falls Community Television. I'm Shelby Gappa. This year's pleasant weather, along with an incredible lineup of entertainment, brought out residents and visitors to this annual town celebration. This year's theme was That's Entertainment, and Cedar Falls' own Rob Swatley was chosen for his artwork featuring Showtime, the public art statue located in front of the Oster Regent Theater. The theme of That's Entertainment connects nicely with the Showtime statue and the Oster Regent Theater, a Cedar Falls landmark that is famous for entertaining countless visitors for more than a century. So it was only natural that the Oster Regent Theater was chosen as the 2018 Cornerstone Award, and John Lusich, the general manager of the Oster Regent Theater, was named the Grand Marshal of the annual parade. Jordan Ray met with the Grand Marshal himself just before the big parade.
Let's see, September of 2017, Jay Stoddard, with the main director of the Sturgis Falls Celebration Board of Directors, came down to the theater and said, "Hey, I'd like to chat with you for a few minutes." I said, "Oh, sure, what's up?" I said, "Well, I just want to let you know we picked the 2018 theme for Sturgis Falls, and it's going to be That's Entertainment." I'm thinking, hey, cool, because, we're theater, Cedar Falls Community Theater.
To be selected for Sturgis Grand Marshal is an honor, but what does it mean to be Grand Marshal?
You get to ride in the parade, you get to go to the Dignitaries Celebration Kickoff, and that will be Friday, June 22nd in Overman Park at the Overman Park Bandshell, with lots of other people, not just me. There are like 15 people on the Bandshell stage, and the MC, Jay Stoddard, will lead us through everything. So he'll honor, including the Cedar Falls High School Scholarship Award winners and artist Rob Swatley that created this great artwork for the 2018 Sturgis Falls celebration that is on all the t-shirts and the posters, and it is based on our good friend Merrill Blair here, the statue.
I'm Jordan Ray.
The Sturgis Falls Parade is a tradition for so many as it travels through the streets of Cedar Falls, entertaining the hometown crowd of people who gather hours before just to get that perfect spot to watch it all. Tristan Bennett tells us what makes this parade so special.
Sturgis Falls Celebration completed yet another successful year this past weekend. The sights, the sounds, everything seemed to be in perfect sync. But behind the scenes, many hands are working hard to put together one of the festival's marquee events, the annual Sturgis Falls Parade. President of the festival's board of directors, Jay Stoddard, went into detail about the planning of such a large-scale event like the parade.
I think the parade is probably one of the most taken for granted events, that it just happens. We push a button and everybody lines up and they go in there, and it's far from that. Rose Miller is the chairperson of that, and she would put an exclamation mark behind my statement there. But we start months and months ahead of time. We have a hard deadline of June 1st on applications for people getting in, and we always fill the parade. We have to turn down many people. We have enough for about 100 and maybe 3 entries, 104 entries and so forth.
Stoddard has been helping put together events such as the parade for years now, and has experienced firsthand the success and growth of the parade and the festival overall.
Because it's free, that's one of the main reasons we get so many people here. It has grown and has become the Iowa's largest annual city event in the state, bar none. We've gone back and looked at this and gotten numbers, and because it's free, and frankly, because of 100 and some acts and things that we have, I think that it's grown from there, and moms and dads could bring their kids and so forth and not have to pay a dime.
This year's parade featured many faces, the likes of Abraham Lincoln, Bigfoot, and yes, even the big man himself, Santa Claus. But one unique aspect of the parade is that it often reunites former classmates from decades gone by.
We get sometimes up to 12 or 13 different class reunions that come back for this weekend because it's kind of like a turnkey thing for the organizers with all the free events and so forth down here. And obviously the downtown bars and restaurants and everything are packed and so forth. And it's just a very festive atmosphere.
And having attended several parades by now, Stoddard has some many fond memories from the event.
Without a question, the Budweiser Clydesdales are going to take the top of the line as far as parade entries and so forth. But of course, the parade is always spotlighted at the very, very beginning. It's led off by the Marine Corps Band for the last 20 years. And but other entries we've had beside the Clydesdales, we had Kurt Warner one year on a float and so forth. Those were some pinnacle things. So we have things like that, but I'm waiting again for the Clydesdales to come because I think that was, again, another feather in our hat to have them here.
With the weather holding up, crowds showing up in droves, and some seriously entertaining floats and groups partaking in the event, the parade fit perfectly in sync with the rest of the weekend's relaxing and enjoyable events.
There is just something about the Sturgis Falls celebration that brings people back for more. Many families use this last full weekend of June for their family reunions, and former graduates of Cedar Falls and NU High gather for class reunions during the 3-day celebration. The Sturgis Falls celebration was organized back in 1976 to celebrate the country's bicentennial. The festivities kicked off Friday evening with the opening ceremony from Overman Park. That was only the beginning of what proved to be an amazing weekend of entertainment from Overman. Jordan Ray has the story.
The 2018 Sturgis Falls celebration was a huge success and, thanks to the cooler temps, kept everyone nice and comfortable for all the fun activities offered throughout Sturgis. Kicking off the celebration was the opening ceremony at Overman Park, where the dignitaries were commemorated for their work for Sturgis.
I also want to personally thank all of the other chairs for their hard work. Would you please help me thank these volunteers for their hard work. The Sturgis Falls celebration is the largest free annual city celebration in Iowa, and maybe even beyond. Excuse me. Cedar Falls, Iowa is the epitome of the quality of life that we all share. This level of quality continues to grow each year, making Cedar Falls the envy of countless other communities. This is due first and foremost because of its citizens, followed closely by its businesses, city departments, and administrators. Once a year, the Sturgis Falls celebration allows us a weekend to reflect and enjoy and be with family and friends to celebrate this great community.
Before the opening ceremony kicked off, there was plenty to see and do. Bands and musicians played in the bandshell all day. Starting the day off was the Cedar Valley Jazz Club, followed by Flawed Logic, Musica Ficta, David Woods, Sweet Adelines, and Sturgis Falls Children's Choir. While the music was playing, the food was cooking, and plenty of it. Everything from kettle corn, pork burgers, turkey legs, walking tacos, smoothies, funnel cakes, even barbecue ribs, and more.
I like it.
With so much to see and do, there's something for everyone at Sturgis Falls.
Across the river in Gateway Park, there's a variety of entertainment and fun. From the Gateway Market to the Carnival Midway and the great bands at the Budweiser stage in Gateway Park. There's so much to do. Kristen Stowe is there to check it out.
Across the river, the lights and sounds of Gateway Park can be heard for miles. In addition to the usual food vendors lining the park, the carnival provides endless fun for thrill seekers of all ages. The Gateway Market provides a place for all sorts of items and oddities, And tucked neatly away behind the tree line, the Budweiser stage hosts some of the best local talent that Sturgis has to offer.
Gateway Park is always adding in new ways to entertain the crowds. This year, our own Tyler Ritchie was there to experience the first robotics showcase.
It's called the Ultimate Sport of the Mind. FIRST stands for Inspiration Recognition of Science and Technology. FIRST Robotics aims to challenge students not only with difficult programming and construction of industrial-sized robots, but also requires them to create their own team brand and generate the funds needed to build the robots themselves. They combine the excitement of sport with the rigors of science and technology. This year, FIRST celebrated its 28th season. This season, the students were given a task around 6 weeks in advance and have only that time to prepare. Each season has more than 3,500 teams competing worldwide with goals of reaching the first championship in April. For more information, please visit firstinspires.com.
And of course, music is the heart of the Sturgis Falls celebration, and that music brings people together. Each year, thousands of residents and former residents of Cedar Falls plan to be here on Sturgis Falls weekend. This weekend is all about friendships and reunions. And when people come together, they eat. And there's plenty of summertime food to choose from. Kristen Stowe has all the mouth-watering details.
Sturgis is something of an old family tradition in Cedar Falls. Folks come from well out of town to meet up with old friends, see family members they haven't visited with since last summer, or just come out to enjoy the fair atmosphere. And when this many people get together, they're going to need something to eat. From kettle corn to walking tacos, there's no shortage of delicious food to snack on while taking in the parade, your favorite band on stage, or simply walking around enjoying the atmosphere. Overman Park is always surrounded by stands sporting turkey legs and mini donuts, with no shortage of hungry customers to devour happy vendors' wares. From Overman Park to the other side of the river at Gateway, you're sure to find something for everyone.
Each year, many look forward to the United States Marine Band. Saturday night, Overman Park is typically packed to hear the band entertain the crowd with patriotic tunes. This year, the band did not disappoint. Bringing the Marine Band to Cedar Falls for the Sturgis Falls celebration has always been on the list for the event organizers since the beginning.
Well, way back when Tom Klemick told me if we could ever get the Marine Corps Band to come perform here and to march in the parade, that Cedar Falls and Sturgis Falls will have arrived. And so we wrote letters to Senator Grassley and the Pentagon and all the time trying to see what we could do for years. And I think after 6 years of writing letters and so forth, they had a cancellation at an event and remembered ours and came here. And Michael Edmondson was part of that Marine group, and he wound up going up through the ranks and eventually ended up in the Pentagon being the person that chose which Marine bands went to which towns. And so that certainly helped us, and so we've had a Marine band for the past 20 years. And so I consider that a special, prestigious thing for the community.
And everyone always looks forward to hearing the Marine Band every year, so much so that Overman Park is packed just to hear them play. The musicians also enjoy Sturgis Falls and the Cedar Falls community and look forward to playing every year.
They, if I haven't sent my application in for them to come, I've gotten emails and phone calls saying, "Hey, did you forget to send your application in?" Because they plan which Marine band gets to come here. When I say gets to come, they consider it a real honor and a real fun thing for the entire band, and they're treated like kings here.
The Marine Corps Band gets set up with special apartments at the university, a steak dinner from the AMVETS, an air-conditioned bus, and more. It's no wonder that the Cedar Falls residents and the Marine Corps Band look forward to this celebration weekend. Sturgis Falls is a family-friendly celebration featuring fun for all ages. Jordan Ray spent some time around Overman Park to see what the kids were up to.
During the Sturgis Falls celebration, there was tons of fun and excitement going on at Overman Park's Kidsway tent. The Kidsway tent provided an incredible amount of free entertainment with a wide range of activities and shows. On one side of the tent, there was play areas for kids such as the Lego corner and sidewalk chalk drawing. Next to that was Daryl, the balloon man Anderson, who made fun custom balloons for the kids. And for Friday only, the Waterloo Home Depot crew had their children workshops. Kids and their parents could assemble kits to take home, such as a race car, birdhouse, bug catcher, or several other fun little kits that were provided. On the other side of the tent was the Kids Way stage, where performers such as magicians, jugglers, and other performances took place. Later on was the Kids Parade and Costume Contest. The parade started at Lincoln Elementary, and with an escort from the Public Safety Gator, went down Franklin Street to meet back up at the Kids Way tent. Following the Kids Parade was the annual Big Three-Wheel Race. Kids ages 2 to 6 raced three-wheelers around a small course to see who was the fastest. Races were matched with the kids of the same age to keep things fair. Some kids were a little more competitive than others, but that didn't matter because they all received ribbons for participation. And it's not really about who wins or who loses, but it's about who has the most fun. Reporting for Channel 15 City News, I'm Jordan Ray.
With all the activities around Overman Park, it looks like a pretty exciting time for the kids and a great way for the parents to take a well-deserved break. Sturgis Park was also a hopping place to be. The park is located next to the Ice House Museum and is the home to the newly named Cedar Basin Music Festival. This music festival, formerly known as the Cedar Basin Jazz Festival, runs concurrently with the Sturgis Falls celebration. Tristan Bennett was there and tells us about the recent changes and what led to the renaming of the festival.
Among the many festivities at Sturgis Falls Celebration, one event has been evolving over the past few years to help bring even more people together. The Cedar Basin Jazz Festival became the Cedar Basin Music Festival just this year. One of the festival's organizers, Craig Lowy, reflected upon this change.
We made the change from the Cedar Basin Jazz Festival to the Cedar Basin Music Festival because we're starting to encompass all sorts of entertainment and styles of music. You know, in times and this day and age and the fact that we're growing as a festival, we're starting to incorporate some more blues and some rock and some acoustic.
Lowy says the changes helped grow the festival, drawing in people of all ages.
And we've seen a lot younger demographic coming down to the park and just really experiencing some of the new styles and genres we're introducing that normally they don't get a chance to see. And we try to have a vast variety of bands come in from the Midwest. We do that with free admission into the park and plenty of food and beverage vendors. And we're just trying to really gather a broader audience with some great entertainment.
This year, the festival features some classic returning bands as well as some fresh faces.
The Saints Dixieland Band, they will be on stage first. Then we'll have the Soul Searchers, Walking Dead Zeppelin, and an amazing band out of Minneapolis, a tribute to Tom Petty. They're called Free Fallin', and they are fantastic.
The stage may feature some more modern genres now, but there is still a definite effort to include the festival's former namesake.
We will always have Dixieland Jazz as part of our lineup and varieties of other jazz. Jazz will always have an audience because it's just very laid back, it's very relaxed, it's very cool. And I think a lot of the younger generation are being introduced to that with Judd Truax and Paul Ryder from the Saints Dixieland Band still being ambassadors of jazz and Dixieland in the area. It introduces it to a new audience, a new generation.
Lowy has been working with the festival for several years now and says his favorite part is getting to see the community come together and enjoy the event.
You see the fruits of your labor, and then you have the 3 days where you see people coming out and enjoying the festival, enjoying the weather, enjoying the great entertainment, enjoying the food and beverage. That's the payoff, is 3 days of seeing people have a great time, and the fact that we are just so proud that we provide free entertainment for 3 days on 2 stages, it's just incredible.
The Cedar Basin Music Festival is attracting good crowds in recent years, attributed to the various genres of music, which attract many different people to hear the bands and enjoy the fun. Well, this year's weather was much cooler than normal. In fact, you typically think about hot summer days and sweating a little in the parks. This year, the Sturgis Falls race saw a big jump in the number of participants as a beautiful Sunday morning brought out a surge in race entrants, with all proceeds going to the Cedar Falls Athletic Booster Club. Tyler Ritchie was there and has us recap on the 5K race and Iowa's longest running half marathon.
The 40th anniversary 5K and half marathon have been a must for many Cedar Falls runners over the decades, and this year was no exception. We talked to Cedar Falls Athletic Director Troy Becker about the event and what it means to the community.
You look at people in our community that are so involved in fitness, and this is a way for them to be a part of the Sturgis Falls event, and you can choose the 5K or you can choose the half. And a lot of people who come back into town, you know, they look forward to meeting each other here at the Sturgis Falls event to do the 5K together and reminisce, and then, you know, it's kind of a bonding thing, and some of them use it as motivation to get into shape, you know, so they start 6 months in advance, and it's all great fun.
We also talked to 2017 Cedar Falls High School grad and current athlete at the University of Arkansas, Sam Schillinger, who placed first in the 5K, about what the event means to him.
This race, I've been doing it for as long as I can remember. It's really special to me because I look forward to it. It's probably one of the best weekends in the summer, honestly.
Sam also spoke on some of his competition this year.
We have the Flash running crew and then the whole Sevchek family, which is basically a team within itself. So it's, yeah, great competition. It's fun running with those guys.
For the Sevcheks, the 5K has become an annual family gathering.
Yeah, we've been doing it for 19 years, I think now. Our parents signed us up when we were 10 years old, and we just keep showing up. So
this is one of the only race of the year that we get all 5 of the brothers and Brenda running at the same time, so it's kind of the bragging rights for the year. So big race on the summer schedule.
Organizers were happy about the turnout this year, but look forward to expanding and having more participants in the years to come.
Historically, across the state, numbers have been dropping. Last year, we dipped down to about 515 athletes, and we were happy to say we reached our goal of 700. I think it ended up being like 707 participants today, which is awesome to reach your goal, and we're excited about that.
Reporting from the Sturgis Falls Half Marathon and 5K, I'm Tyler Ritchie.
Planning has already begun for the 44th annual Sturgis Falls celebration, and you can bet that Jay Stoddard and the Sturgis Falls board will put together another fantastic lineup of entertainment for all to enjoy. And that's all for the 2018 Sturgis Falls Celebration Show. I'm Shelby Gappa, and thank you, Cedar Falls, for watching.